Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Another Vegan back with another video today, and today I'm going to be talking about something very important. And honestly, this one thing can make or break a good song or a good beat, and this one thing is called mixing. You guys already seen the title. Honestly, if your mix isn't good, the listener won't even be able to enjoy the music. So today I'm going to be sharing 3 essential mixing tips when it comes to making your beats. And before anything else, if you guys haven't already subscribed, go ahead and click that red button down below. If you haven't followed me on social media, AnotherVGN across all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, you guys already know what to do. And with that being said, let's jump straight into FL Studio. Alright guys, now that we're in FL Studio, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to the beat, and then we're going to get into the first thing I want to talk about. Alright, so the first thing I want to get into is EQing and frequency sweeping. So let's go ahead and solo this melody out real quick. Alright, so let's go ahead and take off this EQ that I already have here, and I'm going to open up a new one. Alright, so let's go ahead and listen to the melody and see if there's any problem areas that we have to fix. Okay, so off rip, you guys can hear that there's a lot of ringing in the higher frequencies. You guys hear that, like right about here? See, now if I boost it, you'd probably be able to hear it a little better. See? Alright, so there's not a lot of low end in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clean it up anyway. And we can add a high pass band right here. Now be careful not to take out too much low end, because if you do, you kind of run the risk of having your melody sound thin. So if you're kind of wondering what's thin and what's not, this is not. This is. If it kind of sounds like it's coming out of like an old radio or like an old telephone, then you know that you've taken out too much bass. So I usually tend to stick around the 200s area depending on the melody. So 270s is fine right there. Now let's go ahead and take out those ringy frequencies, and let's do the same thing for the highs. Now that sounds good right there, a lot cleaner. Now the next thing I want to talk about is frequency sweeping, and that's pretty much taking a band and boosting the frequencies and kind of seeing where there are some problem areas. So what I like to do is I'll go ahead and press shift, click on which band you want to use, drag it all the way to the left, and boost it all the way up, and just drag and kind of sweep through and see what kind of jumps out at you. So right now, let's go ahead and search for some frequencies. Okay, so right there, that frequency kind of jumped out at me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and knock that down a little bit, and let's go ahead and find one more problem area. So let's do the same thing. Okay. Alright, so that frequency right there is kind of jumping out at me. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that down just a little bit. And just as simple as that, we've cleaned up this melody really easy, really fast. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the melody. Now, this technique doesn't just apply to your melodies. You can do this to your 808s, to your drums. And honestly, this is a very effective technique just to clean up your sounds. So the second thing I want to talk about is side chaining. And when I mean side chaining, I'm usually referring to the kicks and the 808s. This is very important to me. Honestly, I side chain every single kick with my 808. Even if it's punching through by itself, I still like to side chain just to get a cleaner mix. So let's go ahead and solo the 808 and the kick by themselves. So let's go ahead and take off the limiter here and take off the sidechain. Now to sidechain your kick to your 808, all you want to do is make sure that your kick is highlighted. Go down, click this little knob, open up a fruity limiter. Let's open up a new one just so you guys can see. Right, and now we're going to go to compression. Right click, sidechain, insert 10, that's where my kick is. Put the ratio all the way up, put the knee all the way up. Turn this on. Now the threshold is going to depend on how much you want that kick to squash that 808. All right, right there sounds good. So as you can see, the kick is punching straight through the 808 with no problem. And this technique also does not only apply to the 808. What I like to do is go ahead and also sidechain the kick to the hi-hats. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Sidechain, insert 10. Put the ratio up, the knee all the way up, threshold. So now you have your hi-hats coming through, but your kick is punching through that too. The last thing I want to talk about is mixing in mono. This is a very popular technique that audio engineers and producers use all across the world in every genre. Kendrick Lamar's audio engineer, Ali, swears by it. And the reason why mixing in mono is so effective is because if you can get the levels in the mix to sound good with everything just sitting on top of each other, so once you push everything back out into stereo, everything's going to sound better. There's going to be more space, and the elements that you want to stand out are going to be at the perfect level. And those are all the tips that I have for you guys today. If you guys like this video, if you guys found it helpful, drop a like and leave a comment of what kind of video I should do next. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go down below and click that red button, click the notification bell. You don't want to miss any content. If you haven't followed me on social media, AnotherVGN across all platforms. And that is pretty much it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bang.